Hello, everyone. I am sorry I didn't get a devotion out to you last night. Truth be told, I was exhausted and I just really needed the night off. So I thank you so much for the grace, and I will record 2 back-to-back devotionals for you this evening, one for Friday and then one for Saturday, so you don't miss any of the goodness from Adam Hamilton's devotional on the way, which is our Lenten study. Tonight, we're going to be talking about loving those who persecute you and ministering to those who are seen as the enemy or the outsider. Obviously, for the Jewish people at this time during Jesus's ministry, it was Rome. So Rome and the Roman soldiers, the Roman Empire, were the enemy. And again, the expectation that people had was that the Messiah, the long-awaited Messiah, would overthrow Rome and would make sure to come in with weapons and force and take down the Roman Empire. But Jesus doesn't do this. And in our scripture story from this particular devotional passage, we see that Jesus actually even helps a Roman soldier and the Roman soldier's slave who is sick. Our scripture reading comes from Luke chapter 7, verses 1 through 7. After Jesus had finished all his sayings in the hearing of the people, he entered Capernaum. A centurion there had a slave which was highly valued, and the slave was ill and close to death. When he heard about Jesus, the centurion saw some Jewish elders and asked him to come and heal the slave. When the elders came to Jesus, they appealed to him earnestly, saying, "He is worthy of having you do this for him, for the centurion loves our people, and he is the one who built our synagogue for us." Jesus went with them, but when he was not far from the centurion's house, the centurion sent friends to him, saying, "Lord, do not trouble yourself, for I am not worthy to have you come under my roof. Therefore, I do not presume to come to you, but only speak the word, and I know my servant will be healed." A centurion at this time was a Roman soldier, an officer who commanded 60 to 100 soldiers. As for the particular centurion in today's scripture, some have suggested that he was retired. He seems to have been a man by some means, having some wealth to build the synagogue in Capernaum for the Jewish people. There is some speculation on whether he had donated the funds because of the guilt of all of the money he had gotten from the Roman Empire. The centurion's highly valued servant was near death, so the centurion asked the town elders to seek Christ's help. Jesus showed no hesitancy about going to heal the servant of the centurion in the Roman occupying army, nor did he appear hesitant to enter the home of the centurion. As Jesus was on his way, the soldier sent his friends to say, "Lord, do not trouble yourself to come to my house. I am not worthy for you to enter my home. Just say the word, and my servant will be healed." Jesus found this remarkable. While many Jews yet did not understand or believe that Jesus was the Messiah, this man recognized Christ's ability to heal and his authority over illness, even at a distance. Jesus noted, "I tell you, not anyone in Israel have I found such faith." So Jesus gave the word, and the man's servant was healed. Just a few verses earlier in Luke chapter 6, Jesus taught his followers to love their enemies and to do good to those who mistreat them. In the story of the centurion, Jesus demonstrated what he had just taught and what he would teach again and again, that his was a call not to take up arms against Rome, but to win them over by acts of kindness and mercy. We are not in a land under occupation. So who today is the equivalent of a Roman soldier needing our help? Could it be someone of the opposing political party, a Republican or a Democrat? Could it be a person of an entirely different faith from our own? Walking in the footsteps of Jesus means ministering to those who need us, even if they appear to be an outsider or the enemy. So as I think about this particular subject matter in our devotional guide for Lent, I think about the Good Samaritan laws that physicians are asked to abide by. And that basically means no matter what, if somebody is dying and in need of help, they are obligated to treat them. This includes people who have committed crimes, people who have done really terrible things. Doctors at any way are asked to save the life of, again, an enemy. The other thing that this particular scripture makes me think of is the movie and the true story Lone Survivor. And it is about some men in the military whose plane crashed in Afghanistan, United States Navy SEALs, and one of the men is actually rescued by a member of the particular village in Afghanistan that, and it's again the Good Samaritan laws, that this Afghan man in the village hides the U.S. Navy SEAL from the Taliban. He takes care of him, he protects him, and in the end, he gives his life for him. And so it is one thing to say, oh, pray for your enemies, but it is an entirely different thing to have somebody who is an enemy or an outsider or someone you strongly disagree with, and to look them in the eye and to give them mercy and love. So, Cooper, you're having a nightmare. Sorry, that's my dog. He was sleeping and having a nightmare. So that is today, Friday's devotional of a soldier's servant. And our prayer is that we would do whatever we are called to do to love those who are particularly difficult for us to love.